Welcome to Technica's season 2024 podcast. Today we have a very special guest with us. But to start, we're gonna introduce ourselves. My name is Ayat Noor. I'm a sophomore computer science major at the University of Maryland, and my pronouns are she, her.
And my name is Aditi Ashman. I'm a freshman computer science major at the University of Maryland, and my pronouns are also she, her, and we are both on the brand team of Technica. And today we have a special guest, Fardina Alam, and she is a professor at UMDCS department, and we're so excited to have you. And would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you, girls. So I'm Dr. Fardina Alam, and also pronouns as she, her. And I'm a professional track faculty at Department of Computer Science in University of Maryland. Yes, I'm so excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. Okay. So kind of to get started, we'd love to hear about how you found your way to UMD, what your journey to get here was, and how you are here today.
Okay, so I actually joined, computer science department of University of Maryland last year. So I started working at summer 2023, but I actually started teaching courses from fall semester, so which is kind of like my second semester here. And before that, I was a PhD candidate in the Department of Computer Science of George Mason University, which is located in Fairfax, Virginia. Mm-hmm. And I was a graduate research assistant there, and I used to work in Dr. Amartya Shehu's computational biology lab, and I used to work with, machine learning, deep learning technologies there. And after completion of my PhD, I decided to join academia, and I'm glad that I'm here.
Mm-hmm. That's great to hear.
I guess to go off of that, what made you want to pursue a PhD instead of going into like the workforce?
Okay, yeah, that's a great question. So let me tell you that, I'm from Bangladesh, so, I actually loved teaching for a long time. I can tell you that when I used to, become an undergrad student, I actually used to love teach my friends even. After that, in Bangladesh, I worked as a lecturer for almost 4 and 5 years, and I also work as in industry for a short period of time. But that time I actually realized that I love the environment that a university can provide you, like a very welcoming environment where you can actually share and receive knowledge. And that actually motivated me that, okay, if I really want to stay in academia, then I should go for higher studies so that I can gain more knowledge in some topics that I would love to know more. And definitely I feel that that's also going to benefit my students in the long run. So I applied for a PhD. I got full funding at Mason, lucky me. and after completion of my PhD, I came back to academia again, and I'm very happy about my decision.
Yeah, that's really nice to hear about how your passion for learning and also teaching kind of combined is what you're doing in life, and that's really good to hear. Mm-hmm. But kind of talking about college and how great of an experience it is for students, what is a experience you think every student should experience in general?
Are you saying in general?
Yeah, it could be academic or in another way too.
First of all, I believe that in some way we have to make sure that we are creating a very friendly, welcoming space for everyone, no matter what gender, what religion, or what faith you believe. But the main issue is that first of all, you have to make sure that we are having that positive space, which will give you opportunity to learn that you want to learn, you want to see yourself in the future, and that is important for, I think, for anyone here who are here. I mean, in academia as a student, even as a faculty, for anyone here.
Yeah. I think we also heavily agree with that because at Technica, like, we're trying to create a big space, like, which is open for everyone. So we definitely, like, heavily, like, agree with what you're saying. And in addition, like, have you seen any, like, stories from your students about, like, their college days? Like, have you learned anything from them, like, themselves?
Are you saying, like, if I have learned about my students?
I guess, like, in a way, like, what have you learned from your students, like, like, in the way that you teach so far? Like, have they taught you anything in addition from, like, you teaching them?
Oh, are you saying what I have? What I have learned from my students?
Yes, in a way,
I can tell you that. You guys are really smart. My students are amazing. I always tell them that I try my best to impress them, but more ways they actually impress me. Like, I feel that nowadays they are very focused. They know what they want to do, and they are brave so much that, like, they want to explore. Like, I actually teach a course in data science minor program, and where I actually have students from different backgrounds, like not only from CS department, and I have seen that how much eager they want to explore the data science field. Maybe that is, as you know, like, if you are from computer science background, maybe you would be a little bit more comfortable to explore data science. But besides that, they are to take any challenge to maybe become a future data scientist. So I actually, from my students, I have learned that how to become more brave and take, more cool decisions in life. So yes, it's not one way. I would say it's, multi-way, both ways.
Yeah, we see that a lot, just so much passion, especially within computer science. People are they know what they want, and they go for it, definitely. But, like, speaking of computer science in general, a lot of students are doing CS because of how, like, secure the path is, financially, or just to have a job in general. What do you think about, like, that being the reason to pursue CS versus, like, pursuing it as a passion?
Okay. Definitely CS is a hot topic, right, girls?
Yeah. Definitely.
I can deny that, right? And yeah, it's true that it have it has a very secure job. There are some, strong job securities there, right? But I know that you guys already know that, but if you don't know, I can tell you that, like, computer science is one of the very toughest, major, where, you not only that you have to learn some programming languages, but you also need to develop, for example, like, coding skills, or math or algorithm related skills, like skills there. So I just feel that if you are not passionate about computer science, then it's really going to be difficult for you if you want to pursue later. But at the same time, I also think that this is applicable to any major. So I don't care if you're going for computer science or some other major, but as long as you are passionate about that, I'm sure that anyone, you guys are going to do great. So yeah, I think passion is really important.
No, I agree. Like, I feel like, especially with CS or like STEM related majors, like, you really need to know, like, you have to be passionate about doing it and everything. And I think also, like, speaking of, like, CS, there's so much to do in CS itself. And I guess I would just like to ask, like, what do you think is the most exciting thing right now in CS? Like, what do you think is, like AI, machine learning, or, like, maybe something else? But
as we know that, like, computer science is, it's a very, how to say that, there are so many, exciting developments are happening, right? It's very...
Always evolving.
Yes, always evolving, right? And it's very hard to pinpoint just one, but I actually agree with you, because I'm very excited about like with the growing development of artificial intelligence and machine learning, where peoples are nowadays where peoples are focusing on designing like systems, models, algorithms that can actually mimic human intelligence, right?
Yeah.
And I feel that it has this has actually opened so many possibilities for us in various domains. So definitely, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I feel like it's so broad, like in general. There's just like so many new things that you can learn. Like I feel like we're always like researching, oh like this is a new thing that came out in AI. Like it's just so cool to see everything too.
I mean, definitely. I mean, as I was talking about my PhD research, right? Basically, I'm from computer science background, but my research was intersections of computational biology and machine learning, deep learning algorithm. So that means that I work with protein structure data, but I figure it out how can I utilize my knowledge of designing different machine learning algorithm there, so I can generate some some realistic protein data for some for learning the proteins representations. I'm sorry if I'm saying too much complicated word.
You're glad to hear it.
Yeah, but the main thing is that I'm just saying that like this growing development of AI, machine learning, it's not only like the excitement development only for computer science field. I just feel that it's a blessing for any domains.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I see like so many of my friends are like linguistics and
Yes.
stats. They always find a way to combine like elements of CS, and it's very interesting.
Definitely, like we all know about large language models, right? For example, GPT, which can actually create human-like tests, and peoples are getting benefits from them, right? For test translation, some semantic analysis, and more. So yeah.
And I think that's what's so exciting about like this career. Just it's always moving, so dynamic, and there's always something to learn. Like always.
Yes.
Very cool. But I guess like on that note, is there a technology or like particular language that you wish you had learned earlier on?
Okay. I think I have answered that sort of like as I was telling you girls that I was working with protein structure generation, and I actually developed some algorithms model based on deep learning techniques. However, if I had some opportunities, I just think that I would love to work with these large language models, because I also think that could be also will be benefits in computational biology field, like if someone is working with protein sequence or protein structure. So yes, I wish I could have had some time to explore work with those large language models.
Yeah, I definitely think it's just so much. And I guess like for an incoming student or like just a student at Maryland, like what would you like suggest, like one technology or one like specific thing that they should look into maybe right now? Like what would you think?
So are you asking for CS or in general, or
For CS, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it's very hard to say just one technology like that.
There's definitely so much. I guess like in a broad sense, like what is like something that you think is interesting for students to like look into now and so on.
Even generally.
In generally, okay, definitely. If you're an upcoming computer science student, definitely you have to develop some programming language skill. That's for sure. You can't just keep that.
Right.
Right. But at the same time, I also think that maybe as a beginner, programming language like Python could be helpful, because it's very simple, at the same time versatile, and it's really have a very very vast libraries, which could be really beneficial for any incoming students. But at the same time, I also think that maybe as a starter, you can start with Python, but that's not the only one. It depends on what you want to be in the future. I mean, for example, if you want to be a data scientist, definitely you need to know languages like Python or R.
Yeah.
But let's say if you want to be a software developer, in the future, maybe Java language can help. But whatever you learn, just make sure that you are learning properly. You are not just not memorizing them, and you know that how to apply them in the future.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's important.
I definitely understand that. Sometimes I catch myself like just memorizing, and then I'm like, am I gonna remember this later? And it's not good, but we're working on it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I feel like Python is very relevant for like also internships too. I notice like a lot of internships like encourage their interns to like know it or learn it.
I think that's also why there's such a like heavy emphasis on like weeder classes, like your 100, 200 levels, because that's where you learn everything, right?
Yes, and another thing is that if you can learn one language, definitely it's going to help you to learn some other languages.
Yes, of
Maybe
course.
there are some differences in syntax or but or maybe some concepts, fundamental concept, but still. If you can learn one, it's like a good start to learn some some skills in other languages. So I would say Python. I love Python actually. I hope I'm not looking like a
No.
Python bias person.
That's so valid.
It's very valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess speaking of like Python internships, do you have any like general tips for how CS students can land internships?
Oh, that is very competitive,
Yeah.
as you know that, right? But first of all, I would say that focus and planned. I definitely wisely, but I should use the word smartly. For example, take your time. Maybe start with making the list of companies that you want to work or which topics you want to work. And then maybe look at like what are the requirements they are looking for and what are the requirements that you have already fulfilled and what are left that you need to meet, right? And maybe based on that you should start building your portfolios, like take courses, like or maybe attend hackathon like your guys, right? Or attend some more technical events. I mean, just make sure that when you are submitting your applications, your CV is reflecting that you are really prepared for that position. So yeah, just utilize your time and all the resources that university is giving or you are getting from your parents smartly and wisely.
No, definitely. I feel like it's just overwhelming for a lot of students. Like even as a freshman, I was like, oh, like this is insane. Like I'm like just applying to everything. But I think having an organization was definitely like
Organization helps. And start our year. Don't do it at the last moment. Okay, I have to do this.
No, yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah. All my friends were like, start early, start applying in the fall, and I was like, okay, I'll do it. I had to like some, and then I was like, maybe I should have done more. But yeah, like it's definitely like a process as you learn and go.
Yes.
I definitely think a lot of students do like what you said, just like apply without like really like taking note of what the job's asking. But that's some great advice. Definitely just taking time.
I definitely agree. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll get more into Technica itself.
We put out our merch earlier.
But I guess, did you hear about Technica before we reached out to you? I guess that's the first thing.
That is interesting because I can tell you that some of my students actually attended Technica last semester, and I have made sure that I have given them extension for their assignments so that they can, focus on Technica. So yes, I have heard about you guys.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people like put a lot of effort into Technica, like it's just like a hackathon. Like you said, to put more on your resume and everything. It's like a great way to like go in projects.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, first of all, heads off to you guys. I know that like Technica is if I'm not wrong, this is the largest hackathon for the underrepresented people, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong. Yes, hosted by UMD. And I just feel that you guys are doing an amazing job by, providing an opportunity to any CS students or students who are interested in CS, because it's kind of like short for us. So thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yes, thank you.
I know for me, when I found Technica, I was so happy.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the best thing ever. And just like with that, do you think you would have benefited from having like a Technica when like you were back in school?
Definitely, girl. How can you even ask me that question?
True.
Definitely. I mean, I think, as I said before, like, I'm from Bangladesh, and I mean, when I was a student there that time, we didn't have that much opportunities like Technicas are giving.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good start, and maybe I just feel that everyone should come out with ideas like this, like Technica. So yes, I must say. But yeah, I think I can be involved now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We'd love to see you there.
Yeah,
No,
definitely.
exactly.
I would be
Next
happy
fall.
to be
Yes,
with you.
please come.
And then you can get a shirt of your own.
Yes. I love that T-shirt.
I guess also, if you'd like to share, how are you liking UMD so far, just in general, like Maryland, UMD?
Okay. I mean,
Honest, you can be honest.
I mean, I love you guys. I mean, I'm just, I mean, technically this is kind of like my first, full-time job at United States, and I just feel very lucky that like I have become a part of UMD, like a great campus, and not like that. Everyone is very welcoming. I mean, I'm talking about not only my students, I'm talking about my colleagues, all my for my departments, other departments. So yeah, I mean, I'm doing good so far.
Yeah, that's good.
That's so good. Yeah, I feel like me too. Like I'm a freshman, so I get exactly.
I think
what
we
you're
both
talking
are
about.
freshmen.
Yeah.
Same.
So it's definitely like it's fun to be here. It's
Yes,
just, like,
it's really fun to be here.
yeah. I agree.
Do you like Arib, the CS building?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I have a beautiful office.
Yeah.
You guys should visit me
We're
sometime.
gonna have to stop by, see the
Honestly.
Yeah. It's beautiful and have so many resources there. The location is good. Yeah, I just love Farid.
Yeah. Are you still thinking of continuing your research maybe on campus too?
Okay, so yeah, as you know, as a professional track faculty, I'm mostly doing teaching, but yes, at the same time, I'm actually continuing my research also. Like I have one student who is doing research under me. So yeah, I'm trying my best to make sure that I'm also continuing my research.
That's
Yeah.
very impressive.
Because it sounds like you're very passionate about your
Yeah.
research. That's why. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you have any questions like
For us, yeah, about Technica or anything.
Yeah, I just wanted to know. So Technica, is it only for the students from DMV area, or anyone can participate? I also wanted to know, is it only for undergrad or grade, or any underrepresented gender can participate?
That's a great question.
Yeah. So Technica is actually for anyone. Like even a lot of high school and middle school kids come.
okay.
And I remember last semester, or when I participated in Technica, a girl in my group was from like New Jersey. Like she drove down for the weekend, and I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
So people from like all over the nation come, and then we also have an online platform, so people can join virtually instead of coming and driving down. But yeah, so it's for all like ages and for underrepresented like genders and communities. So yeah.
I remember when I did my first Technica, there were like middle schoolers
Yeah.
and they like were winning awards. I was like so impressed.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Like it's
They
so
were so
cool.
cute. They were so cute.
And they get so excited too. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, like it's like cute to see kids from younger ages like
Yes.
starting to learn. But yeah.
And like they're definitely gonna remember that moment for like a long time. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
What a
definitely.
special
I'm going
moment
to
for
join
them.
you girls
Yes,
next time.
no,
Definitely.
that's
Definitely.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah, I guess that's the end of our questions too. Thank you for joining
Thank you
us.
so much.
We had so
Yeah.
much fun talking to you.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Thank you guys for having me here, and wish you good luck.
Thank you.
We hope
Same
you
to you,
enjoy
yeah.
the rest
of
your journey with UMD.
Yes,
Yes.
and maybe see you in the
Your nice
campus.
office.
Yes.
You'll
We'll
be
be there.
We'll
You
come
should
stop
definitely
by.
visit me.
Yeah, we'll come stop by.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, thank you.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Are you going to give us A plus, A or
Yeah,
F?
dude, what grade did we get?
I'd
Yeah.
say solid A.
Oh,